Greetings, everybody. We've gathered around the table again today for another episode. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the new offerings that Spyderco just announced that they're going to be coming out with. But first, gonna once again shout out Ryan Barr for his wonderful work on the leather coasters that he made for us.
It's hot stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe how good these things turned out.
You can check his work out at Twin Bar Leatherworks. We'll have his name up on the screen there. And definitely check him out and enjoy his stuff.
Loving it. Solid work. Absolutely solid work.
And secondly, once again, harassing everyone to go vote for us in the Nick Shabazz little contest that he's doing for up-and-coming YouTube EDC channels. Vote for us as well as everyone else on there. Help the community grow. It's a good thing.
Hell yeah. Get out there. Vote.
Be proactive.
Yep. And then pocket dumps. Paul.
All right. This week I got the Kaiser Feist S35 titanium. It's kind of my go-to.
It's okay.
Nice little one.
Okay.
It's like
sir.
subcompact. It's nice. It's cool.
It's fantastic. It's
You're so
a small knife that you can get a full hand
Hey.
on.
I kind of want to get my hands on the Warney version.
Oh,
I flubbed it.
failed.
Well, that's okay. Oh, what the hell?
Failed.
Okay, let's try this one more time.
Are you and your
There we go. So finally waving out of my pocket the 620. The only thing I could say is new pants? I don't know.
You were wave shaving them before, and I think we should just continue at this
Well,
point.
now I need to do it again. Because you keep talking shit.
If he was a Marine, he'd be dead by now.
There.
Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. Success.
So
SEAL team, who cares?
that was... To be fair, I'm sitting, and that was the first 2 times I've ever failed waving that knife.
Excuses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ever failing.
That I can remember offhand, and that I'm willing to admit on camera.
And backpedaling.
Yep.
Retracted.
Yeah, whatever. It's a cool knife. I like it.
Speaking of subcompact,
That is a subcompact knife.
I got them in EH&K.
It's so cute.
Recently
Deep
contacted
carry.
Benchmade
Yeah.
and asked for the bug out style clip for them, and they were more than happy to send it to me because if you email them, they will send you things.
They certainly
You
will.
can just email them.
Yeah.
That's like,
Not calling out pretty much everyone at this table, but I'm kind of calling out everyone at this table right now.
That
Yeah.
happens.
And then I'm going fancy and carrying a special little treat.
Ooh.
I just picked up
Oh,
the
damn.
SHOT Show
Yeah.
Fact, and it's just, it's so pretty. It's so pretty.
I'm just gonna say, oh fuck, like that's a cool knife.
The
Yep.
silver twill and the red anodized spacers
mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
the
Sets off so nice.
chromium nitride coating, giving it the matte gray, which is the same that the bug out actually has as well.
Yeah.
So
I
They
dig it.
did a real good job on this one.
that's
Yeah.
a classy knife right there.
Oh, that's such a cool knife. Limited of
300 they made.
1,000.
Oh, 1,000. No, I was thinking wrong. Yeah, 1,000.
Shotgun.
Oh,
Yes.
Shotgun knife for 2019. Yeah.
action still feels very good. Man, that's a cool knife.
So yeah, like I had mentioned, we're going to be taking a look at the new Spyderco offerings. And to do so, we're going to be checking them out on the iPad here.
Getting that zoom in.
It's a little bit extra close in shot.
Oh yeah, get right in there. Okay, so this is
That's a
volume.
soundbite.
Get right in there.
Get right in there to the volume 2 of the 2019 Spyderco release catalog. I'm digging this kind of random happenstance of, hey, here's some shit we're working on.
Yeah.
It's a cool way of doing things.
I like how Spyderco has changed their MO to be show people what's getting ready to release instead of shows people things that have to wait 2 years.
Yeah,
indeed.
for sure.
Coming up, and I hope they can live up to the expectation that we all want.
Well, the difference between this is barely off the drawing board and hey, these are ready to go. Like it's a profound paradigm shift, and I think it's a move in the right direction.
So let's dive into this thing. Let's
sure.
see what they have. Yeah, we've all seen it. We'll get to it.
It's so
They
cute.
also have, but let's start her off with the actual list itself
Okay.
here.
So good.
All right, so we can zoom in on the actual knife itself here as well. We've got
The native chief.
the Native Chief is what it is. Stretched out version, kind of shaman long, but
Whoa.
I'm killing things.
What you doing?
It's gonna try and.
Eh,
There we go. We're good.
Okay.
Kind of shaman long, but much thinner, like
It's
Endura
Yeah.
thin.
It's like a
Like a
four,
police model almost, but
It's like a 4-inch blade on that, right? If the thing would load and work.
Hey,
Well,
What's going on?
regardless.
you broke it, Joe.
No, I didn't do shit.
Joe's
Okay,
oily
you know what?
fingers.
we won't zoom in
That's
on stuff.
No, let's just keep it. All right, that's a 4.08-inch blade. That's not that's a big native.
Mhm.
That's like a shaman-esque blade, but in a police kind of length and profile. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
And what is the police for, if not a slightly stretched out Endura?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
I'm so annoyed with the Police 4.
yep.
I am so annoyed that they went back to VG10.
Mm.
Indeed.
They announced the Police 4 regular and they had K390 on it, and I was super excited about that. And then they released a Police 4 lightweight, and I was really hoping for K390 in a lightweight version.
Yeah.
It would be like my budget knife.
Yeah, exactly,
But
right?
unfortunately, it was not in that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
They did decide to go VG10. Yes.
It's a shame.
So yeah, moving on. One of the more interesting ones it seems that they came out with was the Indela. It's a hybrid size of the Endura and the Delica.
For people who are just such a freaking fence sitter, can't make
I
up
was
their
gonna say-
goddamn mind.
I can't fathom why this exists.
That's why fence sitters. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. Having not held one yet, I can't really make a huge comment.
I'm
but
going to love
I'm
it when this
interested.
knife comes in and we all get to play with it, and it's like money in the bank.
We all buy one.
And it very well might be, but right now it just seems like an odd choice.
Indeed.
And I haven't heard price point yet, but I am kind of scared. They better make it a reasonably priced knife and not on par with the Endura, and like
Mhm.
make it
In between the two.
appropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll probably be an in-between price just because it is still VG10 and FRN, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, the Sage 5 Lightweight was another one that they came out with.
I'm annoyed by this.
a little bit.
Once again, the Sage series being where they showcase locks, all of a sudden you're making another variation of the same lock that you guys invented in the first place instead of showcasing all the other cool locking mechanisms that are out there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get wanting to show off a lightweight version of a knife, but the knife was already so small to begin with.
Yeah,
that it's like,
it's
what
not needed.
What was the point?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's already called a chaparral lightweight. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
let them buy that and stop saturating the market with
All the
overkill.
lightweight versions
think
of
so.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay, on to these.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just do a quick pause here to show off that these are both dragonflies, different variations, but going to scroll back up here just because this picture is so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are dragonflies.
Yep.
And
Look
I
at
think
his
we're
little
all on
legs.
board with both of them.
Oh, yes.
Although we are going to comment on the Emerson Wave version of a dragonfly and how awesome
is
/ absurd
so
that
silly.
actually is.
It's a mouse knife, for
Mhm.
sure.
It is a little ridiculous.
And in a mouse voice,
Yeah.
going, "I'm gonna get ya," with this. Yeah.
catch you with my dragonfly.
Now, on the flip side to that, the practicality of the Warncliffe
Oh,
dragonfly.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm definitely more excited for the Warncliffe than the Emerson myself.
This is the first time I've liked the Spyderco Warncliffe. Like the Endura and the Delica, I wasn't a huge fan of.
But you
But
think this is going to do it for you?
I like that blade, the profile in that length.
The proportions
I'm
of
going
it.
to need to feel it in the pocket closed and see how that handles. But I mean, that's the only hang up for me because right now, if that were in front of me, I'd buy it. Like,
It'll fit in a watch pocket still.
yeah. It's not going to be terribly wide or anything, but that's such a perfect platform for that style of blade.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised it took them this long to do it,
Mhm.
but I'm happy to see it.
And before we go further, I do want to make one comment. Wise Men Ring Company,
It has to
you
happen.
know it's coming. They've got this ring opening right
Mm.
here. And if you made a ring to go on it, even if it was a keychain ring, people would buy it.
They would.
They would, and it would be ridiculous and silly.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
You're not wrong.
So moving on.
So just like the Andela was an in-betweener, now we have a large and a small for the, what was it?
Efficient.
The efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, the Insistent is the new smaller one, and the Emphasis is the larger version.
Those guys are both rocking 8CR, right?
I believe so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it in the
And
tags there.
so the Efficient was kind of a tenacious version of a native that was
Yeah.
out there.
Yep.
And being that they are coming out with several sizes of natives and the popularity of natives, they're now also coming out with variations of the Efficient knife as well.
Yeah,
It
it makes
make-
sense to expand the budget line.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that seems like those are good choices indeed.
Okay.
Some of the more exciting ones.
Yeah.
Oh my God, am I excited.
Sprint run of the Shaman using S90V and then full slabs of carbon fiber.
Full slabs, none of this peel ply
Yeah.
BS that I sometimes put up with.
And I sometimes and by sometimes I mean almost always.
I will still buy it, but
Yep.
it's cool to see that they're going to be full slabs.
It's much nicer as a full slab.
What I am
Absolutely.
scared about is price point.
It's a thick ass slab of S90. I mean, you know it's going to cost maybe an arm and a leg.
It's a big knife in general, right? Like
yeah.
in all dimensions.
It's probably going to be like what, $450 Canadian if we had to guess.
At least,
like,
yeah.
And I'm gonna love to hate another compression lock on the market. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome
Yeah.
for lefties.
Yeah.
Now, what's the other curious thing?
Ooh, an Urban using a rather infamous steel, AEBL. It's a razor steel that holds a stupid fine edge, and it's tougher than most other stainless and non-stainless steels on the market. So I'm super excited to see this come to a slip joint variation.
Okay, is that what that is? It looks almost like a squeak.
Yeah,
It's the same. It's a
Yeah,
similar
it's like
handle to a
larger.
squeak, yeah.
Slightly larger squeak with no lock.
it's almost like the Urban is becoming like a quick way to slip some weird steels in.
Yeah.
Like they had the K390
Yeah.
before they threw it onto a police model, right? So
It gives people the opportunity that can't have locking blades and stuff like that too. The chance to play with fun steels.
Indeed.
Which I like. That's pretty cool.
and being an up and coming steel on the custom knife world, seeing it now more in the factory production might be things to come. Right?
Yeah.
So
That's hilarious because that steel is old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next up, getting more into their budget bird line of stuff.
Oh, look, another Emerson Wave.
Yep. The first one that they've done in their bird lineup.
yeah, very interesting that they choose to throw an Emerson into a bird line. I like it as an option, and it almost competes with like the Kershaw
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emerson market. Although the Kershaw market and the Delica market weren't that far away to begin with.
Yeah.
This is almost like Spyderco coming down to the Kershaw level rather than people going up to the
yeah.
Spyderco, right?
I think that's kind of what they're aiming for, though. I mean, given what the price point is going to be for 8CR, and I don't know if it's FRN, but
Probably.
Mhm.
yeah.
And then do we know what's up with the Harrier 2? I honestly, it's under my radar.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
It's a second variation. I don't know how it varies from the first Harrier.
yeah.
But honestly, it went under the radar. Again, for a good price point, it might be a good budget option to recommend to people because the bird lineup is a good, solid option.
I
For
wonder,
sure.
is this supposed to be like an in-betweener, sort of like the Andela was?
Could be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I know the name Harrier sounds familiar. I just can't
Okay.
place it. Yeah.
I haven't done side-by-side comparisons, so.
And then,
A new Balio.
yeah.
Yay,
Whoop-de-doo.
play with a fancy pen. All
Yeah.
right.
This thing's funky. I am intrigued by this guy. They had come out with the new sharpening system called the Gauntlet that was using the oval-shaped rods instead of the triangular ones.
Yeah.
And this is an expansion upon that lineup of those style rods. It's just a little unit that you can screw down onto a work counter
Oh.
and have the rods stashed away and pop them up when needed and have the convenience of it being there and solid, but still
And you've got
unobtrusive.
all the options of turning or
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So you can
Sold.
use the ovals and the triangles,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like maybe a 1 inch in diameter type of thing.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
I'm
Yeah.
very intrigued by this piece.
I may have to get that for my own shop. Like, that's
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of a neat little fixture.
And it's on a 30-degree angle
Mhm.
for not a 40. So you are looking at nicer kitchen knives, like higher end
Yeah.
Japanese, things like that.
A slicey reaction.
Again, a lot of my pocket knives, even I risk putting
Yeah.
up to a 15 sometimes
Yeah.
myself, right? So
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool little option for sharpening.
And
indeed.
hopefully at a good price point. I'm really hoping that comes in at a really that you can.
Oh, it's
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
like $50-$60 Canadian if I had
Who
to
knows?
guess.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But,
Oh, just thinking about the stones and the
Yeah, it
Yeah.
costs you for the stones, and pretty much that's.
And then just jumping off of the point that this is in their culinary products, they came out with a new lineup of knives that were designed by wonderful knife designer and maker Murray Carter. And he came out with a whole series of kitchen knives for Spyderco.
Japanese inspired.
And I am just so amused that there's no spider hole anywhere to be found
Yep.
on these knives. And I know he must have fought for that, and for that I applaud him.
Yeah.
Super blue, laminated with SUS 410.
I think you just nailed it on the head on why these don't have a hole in it.
Yeah.
Super blue.
That's-
Super blue.
and the laminated.
The
Yeah.
maintenance on that little tiny hole not to rust on you because they're super blue in the core
Makes
is
sense.
probably the hardest thing for them to deal with, so they scrapped it on this particular series.
That makes a lot of sense.
Delica with super blue, where you can just kind of wipe the interior with a cloth.
Yeah.
That would be very difficult to do, thinking about the small holes they've had on other kitchen knives.
Yeah.
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 One of the things that I really like about this series is the handles. They're using what they're calling a Burl G10, or a Burl micarta.
You broke it again.
Damn it.
No, Burl G10.
Oh, it is Burl G10. Right. Essentially what they do is they have random swirls and shapes within the G10, and it just looks really, really cool.
And I believe we were talking about that. They did it on. Oh, you can zoom back in.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I was just showing off the patterns because, especially
Yeah.
like you can see the individual. It's almost like wood grain.
Yeah.
And they had it
It's a
on.
cool
I don't
look.
know if it was a native or a Mannix or a.
I want to say it was a Mannix.
I want to say it was a Mannix too.
Yeah.
That they had Burl G10 on.
Not like a Chaparral, though?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
And
Fair enough.
they had the same thing, and I wasn't that wowed with it.
No, it looks more like the Zome green that they did for the
Yeah.
for the Endura and Delicas. This one actually looks like it's grain structure.
It looks like wood grain.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
with the octagonal handle, that's going to help with the texturing as
Mhm.
well, instead of flat slabs like the Mannix had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, really looks super blue, cool burl handles. Again, as long as the price point's not through the roof, really looking forward to these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys seem cool.
I
Yeah.
may have to grab a Giotto for myself.
They might go into the lineup.
I might grab myself a Curie.
That
I've
actually
wanted one
looks
for a while, so
Awesome. Yeah.
I need something in super blue still.
Yeah. And then the last thing that they had to offer was a Z-cut series that they're calling them. Nice little workhorse picnic knife sort of thing.
Okay.
BD1N.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's not a bad choice for a. Yeah, yeah.
Offering them in both pointed tip and snub nose tip in both serrated and plain edge.
All right.
I like the way they've raised that handle too to be able
Yeah,
to.
the offset.
Yeah.
Offset. So we've got the non-pokey, and then we've got the pokey factor. Yeah, that's right.
That we do.
Shameless plug.
You got it in there.
Shameless plug for the show that we're on
I
right
think
now.
they know who
And-
we are.
And that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So that was Spyderco's Volume 2 that they just announced for their new products that are up and coming.
Again, the super cool format. Great
Native
way to
Chief,
showcase
get in my
yourself.
hand.
I was going to say highlights for everyone. Let's hear the rundown. What's the highlights for everyone?
AEBL, Urban, and the Warncliffe Dragonfly. I mean, I'm leaning more towards the Urban. I'm still super excited about it.
I think the Murray Carter series, because I've enjoyed his work for a long time, and it's nice to see more kitchen knife designers that are getting moved over into the production realm instead of just pocket knife designers that's happening with.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You're a chief man.
I'm all over that Native Chief. This thing too.
Yeah.
I think
I didn't know this
Yes,
existed.
yes.
This is awesome. But yeah, the Native Chief just looks so cool. I like that long. I'm not gonna find it.
Oh, it'll load. Don't you worry.
Now you've broken it.
Well, that's it.
But yeah, I would say for myself, I mean, there's a lot of good options, but the Emerson Dragonfly is like
He is way too excited for
I
it.
giggled when it came out, and I'm like, this is cool.
You need one for each pocket.
You could
Yeah.
wave it
Dual
out of,
wheels.
out of that tiny watch pocket in your jeans.
I love, as the Mini HK likes to pronounce as well, I love little knives that are like proud of how tough they are.
Yeah.
And this falls into that category.
It sure does.
And then also the kitchen knives and the kitchen knife sharpener.
Yes.
Also super jacked about that. So hopefully this quarter coming out, we'll have some of these on our table to play with.
That would be cool.
Oh,
Yes.
that'd be so wicked.
Holy
Yeah.
crap, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, so that being said, this has been the roundup of what Spyderco's coming out with and offering soon, hopefully very soon on the docket here. And yeah, this is Nigel the Smith signing off.
I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
And I'm exile.ca.
We will see you all again next time.